Where are we off to, girls?
The doctors.
To...
For what? For injections.
For our injections, for our vaccine.
I don't have to do it.
You don't have to do it, is that right? Well, we don't know that yet.
Okay, Indy.
Mummy didn't even know it happened.
Done.
Did that hurt?
No.
Okay.
Don't tense your arm. You've got to make it go floppy, really floppy.
Okay, next.
Well done.
Shrunk your thighs.
Okay, next.
Kiki, you look excited.
I look scared.
Okay. You ready? Okay, here we go. Done. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That feels a bit heavy.
Yeah, it does. You are tough.
What
You're
a
smiling.
super,
A little rub is better.
super
You get a
brave
magic
girl.
answer.
Okay, look at Tatty. Stay nice and relaxed,
Relax your arm.
Kiki. That's it. Nice and relaxed.
Ready?
Well done. Good girl. Oh, you little superstar.
Smile. See, you've got girl power on your t-shirt. Exactly, that's what that it is. is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt.
How was
Little
it?
plaster.
Does it hurt or not?
No.
No.
Not at all. It doesn't hurt at all.
But take your dress off. Tight, look at Kiki.
Good girl. Good girl.
Are you laughing as well? It's done! Yay! Well done! We're going to get you a little sticker. A little plaster. Make it all better. Look, tiny little bit. You did it!
Well done, Indy.
The fingers right up. You want a bunny? Or a mouse? A mouse. You look, oh my goodness, that smells of bubble gum. Can you smell it? Give that one a sniff. What does it smell nice? Yeah. What about you, Sue?
We're on a mission
To discover.
if there's a better way.
Hi gang, welcome to Yateley. We are here at Katie's dad's house, affectionately known to us all as Crockett. And we're here because tomorrow is the anniversary of our dear Jules / Wiggy passing away last year. And we felt it was really important to all be together tomorrow as a family to celebrate her life. In due course, Katie and I want to do a proper in-depth review, of course, of our time at Marmalade Lane, but at the moment that's not the right time, so we'll be doing that early next week. But we did do a little soundbitey review from the car as we were leaving today, which I'll share with you now. So we're just about to leave Marmalade Lane, and we are going to go round and ask everyone what the favourite bits have been. So let's start with Mummy. What's been your favourite bit, Mummy?
I have loved just having time, the 5 of us, which I know is a bit weird because obviously we're supposed to be co-living, but just having time, just the 5 of us, and doing our little adventures into Cambridge, exploring a new place altogether, and learning about our first bit about co-housing.
Yeah. Okay, next up is Taba. Taba, what's been your favourite bit?
My favourite bit has probably been all of the communal meals.
Love that, Taba. Kiki, what about you?
My favourite bit has probably been the playroom, playing in the playroom, and all of the smoothing moves and jumping on the trampoline.
Yeah, that's a great answer. And Indy, what about you? What's been your favourite bit?
Everything.
You've liked everything, have you? Brilliant. And I think my favourite bit has been just the learning. The trip is underway. We've got one co-housing project under our belts. It's been utterly fascinating. We will I think we need to let our learnings and our experience settle a little bit over the next couple of days, and Katie and I will do a proper in-depth review of Marmalade Lane. But I'd like to put on camera a big thank you to the community for accepting us in to their homes, welcoming us, and should we all say goodbye, Marmalade Lane?
Goodbye, Marmalade Lane!
Bye, Marmalade Lane.
Oh gosh. Oh. Wow. They are campus earplugs. How random. Thank you.
Jan, what a lovely way to end.
The earplugs for Campo swimming.
Yeah,
I mean, how random.
Very random.
Thank you.
We found them jamming the door open.
Did you put those there? Oh,
No.
oh, there's a lady there saying bye. We must have, yeah.
Anyway,
I did
never
not
mind.
remember those.
Safe journey.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank
Good
you.
journey. You
Thank
take
Pat,
you.
that was the sweetest note.
Oh my goodness.
Well-
it
Oh my
was the
God,
sweetest
you
note.
blooming had me in tears, you did.
right from the heart.
Oh, you were so sweet.
lovely. Take care.
Bye, bye, Jenny.
Bye. Bye, Marmalade Lane.
Thank you. Lovely to meet you all. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
We say bye.
Bye.
But the main focus of this week's video is an interview that I did with one of the residents at Marmalade Lane, Helen. Helen, I found utterly fascinating. She was warm, she was articulate, and I really enjoyed our conversation. I hope that you guys enjoy watching and listening to Helen as much as I did. I think she's very difficult to listen to and not, off the back of it, question the way in which we all live.
Well, I live here in Marmalade Lane. I've lived here for a couple of wonderful years. I've always wanted to live in a community. When I was in my 20s, I was homeless for a time and lived in a squat. And it wasn't a wonderful experience, but because the only thing that united me with my fellow squatters was the fact that we were homeless. We didn't have anything else in common, we were just desperate. But it made me feel that in that very makeshift arrangement were the seeds of something wonderful. And I've kept that vision in my mind ever since, never dreaming that it would really come true. And then one day I heard about Marmalade Lane on a small ad at the Cambridge Buddhist Centre, and I thought, this can't be possible. This is the thing I've dreamed of all my life, and here I am. When I lived in a squat, there were 4 or 5 squats that we all knew each other. I think we had one washing machine between us, and so we all shared the washing machine. And some people might think, oh God, how terrible, not having your own washing machine. But you know, it was an excuse to go around and have a chat, admire their cats, talk to them about whatever there was going on in their life. There was just so much of a kind of goodwill, self-help thing going on. Like I say, it wasn't paradise, but it had the seeds of paradise in it. And I would say this is paradise for me, really. This is all that was good about squatting without all the horrible bits.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
What a brilliant story. And why is community so important to you? What is it about it that you find within yourself so important?
I think it's to do with something quite existential, really. The idea that we are part of a bigger whole is very much lost, I think, in modern society. I think we live very much as individuals, thinking just our own thoughts, thinking our own problems are unique to us. And that's not necessarily because we've chosen to be that way. That's just how our society has evolved. I used to live in Indonesia for a couple of years, and I saw there how people just didn't think like we do. They just were so much more attuned to each other. And it made a huge impression on me. It made me think that we didn't need to agonise so much about being alone, because there's somebody next door and there's somebody 2 doors away, and you could all get together and have a coffee together or do your laundry together. And yeah, just a sense of you don't have to be alone. I think that we in England have come to worship privacy. We really get down on our knees and worship keeping yourself to yourself and nobody knowing your business. And what we lose in that is a sense of connection to other people. And, you know, that's what we have here. We may not have as much privacy as other people would like, because in England we're brought up to think that privacy is a wonderful idea. Oh my God, your house mustn't be overlooked. If it's overlooked, that's £10,000 off the price. You know, it's that kind of thing. I love the fact that people are walking by and you know that I know them. So I'm a kind of anti-privacy gal, and yeah, that's why this suits me so well.
Tell me a little bit about the multi-generational dynamics here at Marmalade Lane.
I like very much the fact that people are of all generations here. I love that. I mean, there are other communities, which I'm sure you'll get to see, which are perhaps just older people or perhaps just mums with children, or I don't know, whatever. There are all sorts of arrangements, and I had heard about some of those, but they didn't do it for me. I'm a carer, I work with old people, and they so don't want to be banged up with a whole lot of other old people. It's not that they don't like being an old person, but hey, they want to mix it up, and so do I. I love the fact that we're all different, and when I go to take my laundry over to the communal laundrette, there's kids bouncing on the trampoline, I stop and have a chat, and you know, then someone wants to come round and borrow something, or you know, yeah. So there was one of our neighbours who had a mum living with her, and mum passed away, and we were all involved in helping her look after her mum at the end and helped organise the wake. It's like village life in Indonesia as I saw it in many of its ways, and yeah, that really draws me to the whole project. I wouldn't like it so much if it was just all people of my sort of generation. Looking after each other is the priority. That's what it means for me. Other people's concerns are my concerns, and nobody needs to bear their burdens alone. The most important thing is that whether you like somebody enough to call them your friend, your personal friend, whether you'd want to spend an evening with them or a weekend or go on holiday with them, that is not so important as the fact that we're all committed to a bigger ideal. That's how I see it. So of all the people here, I would say maybe I know maybe 10 or so, because I'm a very busy lady. I'm out at work all day, I work weekends, and you know, I'm one of the busiest people around in my immediate neighbourhood. So I don't have a lot to do with a lot of people here. I know who they are, but may not know them as friends. But yeah, none of that matters really. And equally, if people, you know, say things that I don't agree with, or a bit annoying, or you know, we have conflicts over things, most time I will just kind of graciously withdraw. I won't get involved. Other people might want to, and that's okay. If people want to engage and you know, have a let's clear the air session, there's the ability to do that here if people want to. That's never been my way. I'd rather just back off and come back another day and try and always remember the bigger picture, which is that we are all here for the same reason. We're all here because we care about this bigger picture.
I suppose the thing that I found most lovely talking to Helen was how I think that she's completely found her place in life. She's very content and she radiates that, and I just loved her energy, her aura and her philosophy around life, and I hope you enjoy it as well.
I think that family life and the very idea of family is all very well if you happen to have a happy one. And I'm glad that many people do, but I didn't come from a happy family. So for me, to find people that are on the same page as me is something that's only come to me later in life, really. I didn't have it as a child. Not everybody is blessed with that, but I'm blessed now, and that's wonderful. It's never too late to find happiness, I reckon. Don't you?
I agree totally, and,
Yeah.
and it feels to me from everything that you're saying that in many ways this community is an extension of family. Would that be a fair thing to say?
It's really hard to describe it because family doesn't have a kind of happy association for me, coming from an unhappy family. So I see the people here as more like companions in life, fellow travellers, you know, along the journey. That's how I see them. I think this way of life is so little known, and most people, if you try and explain about co-housing, they look a bit puzzled, and then they say, sort of like a commune then. So they really haven't quite got it, because it's not as if we share everything in common and we don't have any space or peace or identity of our own. You know, we're not following a guru. We're not. Oh, that's right. Some people ask me, you know, have you all got the same philosophy? Like, are you all vegetarian, or you know? And I say, well, no. The very beauty of what we do is that we aren't all on the same. Don't all have the same philosophy. I think that once people see it, they realise that it's not so alternative. It simply makes sense. It simply makes sense. And you know, people that live here aren't weird. They're just ordinary people that are dealing with the same issues that you've mentioned, that everybody does. Getting older, feeling lonely, you know, maybe challenges around health. Some people here that are older, that have, you know, older than me, you know, have got a partner that may not survive them. And again, in my work, I see lots of lonely old people that have lost their life partner and don't know what to do with themselves because they haven't got these kind of connections. The more I live here, the more sense it makes.
Helen, what a wonderful way to end.